the very least. Oh, look, there it is. Look, there it is. Look, we live now. Yo, welcome to
Hilarious.
Homeroom with Smooth.
Yes.
I'm gonna just steal your intro because you ain't doing it right.
So y'all, listen, y'all. Okay, we were supposed to start. Okay, while we started, and I didn't press the live button. I just did the little countdown. I did my little intro. Everything was great, and we was over here just really talking. And I'm looking. I'm like, where's the little time thing? Like it normally tells me what
Wow.
time it is. And yeah, so yeah, I messed up, y'all. But anyway,
Oh, good. We do the introduction correctly now.
subscribe to my channel, like my
Right.
videos,
Let's start
and you
over.
know what I'm saying. Hit the notification bell, and hopefully, eventually, I'll learn how to go live properly. Um,
With time.
Anywho, let's start these intros over. So Talia.
Hi, I'm Talia. My name's Talia. I'm a fashion and lifestyle blogger, journalism student. I also do web content writing, so hit me at LilTallyX on Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok.
Yeah. Are we gonna tell her to get on Twitch again, or no? We're just gonna let that go.
I don't know. That was a sidebar.
That was too good of a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I just brought it up to be a smartass. That's all I did.
That derailed the intros in the first place. So
Yeah. So we
Yeah.
actually, it was a blessing in disguise that I didn't.
Yeah.
Low key.
So
Yeah.
Lee, introduce yourself, my man.
All right. My name's Bailey Pitcher or Lee, primarily. I'm on Instagram. That's it, actually. And sometime in the future, I do plan on going on to Twitch and just do open discussions on anything and everything. You ask a question, I'll teach myself or tell you what I know. Oh, and we can talk about it.
Cool.
all
Okay.
right.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
For sure. Char, go ahead.
Hey y'all. My name is Charmaine. Everybody calls me Char. Look, I do a little bit of this, a little bit of
Your
that.
face is cut off by your name. Like, can you move your camera down a little bit so people can see you? Like your face is cut off by your little name banner. No, like
Oh,
you got to point it up at the ceiling there, like down.
I can't really adjust. It's the
It's the what?
It's a tablet
Oh, it's
holder.
the way the tablet's sitting. Okay. Got you. So
Let me
you need to
figure
get
something
one of them
out.
chairs that got the little thing on it that like boosts up.
Let me do some rearrangement here.
Okay.
Yes. See, I tried to center my camera, so like I have it stacked on some band-aids.
That's some band-aids. Hold on, I think I'm working something out here. I think I'm
Okay. So Retta, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, you're just gonna skip over me like that?
Nah, we're gonna come
Yeah.
right back to you. Like
Is that better?
no, just move it a little bit to the side, like because you're trying to like center yourself. I get it, I feel it, but I'm gonna no wrong way.
You
Like,
don't understand. I have a raggedy blind
cool,
over
you're
here.
right.
People can't
You're
see
right.
them raggedy blinds.
You're right. Move it to your, oh, you got some raggedy blinds. Oh,
See?
girl, we don't care.
I care.
Dude, I hate this so much that the camera is flipped. Like, do you see this shit?
And then this is weird. Let's do it like this.
I don't like this at all. Like everything is flipped on
There
the
we
camera.
go. Is that better?
Yes.
Yes.
There we go.
All right.
All right. So go ahead and introduce yourself, okay? So you took back over.
All right. Hello, my name is Char. Everyone, my real name is Charmaine. Everybody calls me Char. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I like to do podcasts occasionally. Let's see, I do social media marketing. I haven't really launched it officially yet, but I do freelance social media marketing right now. I absolutely love it. I love having deep conversations with good people and good vibes. Nice to meet everybody.
When you gonna help me market my stuff?
Huh?
When you gonna help me market my stuff?
Oh, hit me up. We can arrange something.
Hey, okay. Say less. Say less.
Not
Okay.
not you asked her on live, so she had to say yes.
Oh.
I mean, but no, I got you.
Okay. So, Retta, what's good?
Hey y'all, my name is Sharetta. Everybody calls me Retta. I am so sorry that I am pulling a Celine and flat ironing my hair on live. I got some stuff to do today, so it is what it is.
Right. I feel it.
I do have social media. I actually never say my social media, but I'm gonna say it today. It's kind of complicated. I don't _share _TTA. I don't share to spells my name. That's my way to follow me on Instagram. I haven't been able to get it back in my Twitter in like 8 years, so that's dead. And yeah,
I feel
I don't
that.
Oh, I forgot to
so
drop the IG handle. My bad.
So what's your IG handle? Don't drop it.
My IG handle is Free Spirited Char. 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 Apparently, I can't talk right now.
You can find me on Twitter at What's Up Smooth. Okay. You can find me on Facebook on my like page at Home with Smooth. You can find me on Instagram at Home with Smooth as well. I will give you my personal, but like you'll be able to find it instantly. You'll know it's me. Anywho, so what's up? Like, how y'all been? Like, some of y'all ain't seen y'all in a minute. You know what I'm saying? How y'all been? I ain't seen y'all since Clubhouse was popping.
Busy school. I'm like approaching finals. They gave us a curfew here in Montreal, so we have to stay inside. We have to be in our house every day by 8, or we could get tickets. Just surviving.
I second that. Yeah, I've just been really busy. I got like full-time job, 3 marketing clients on the side. I just have a lot going on right now. So
Okay, I feel that. So let's get into this icebreaker, man. So zombie apocalypse, it happens. What's the first thing you're doing? Like literally it's zombies outside. You wake up, it's zombies. What is the first thing you're doing?
All right.
So are we with a group or are we by ourselves?
You
by yourself.
Where you are
By
right
yourself?
now. No.
Yeah, you by yourself.
Where you are right now. You wake up, it's zombies. What you finna do? Like, I'm not saying like the zombie is in your face. I'm just saying like all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? You wake up, you open your phone, everybody's like, oh my God, there's zombies everywhere.
Well,
what do you do?
First, I'm gonna make sure that everything's barricaded, and then I'm gonna cry.
That's a realistic answer. Take note.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be very scared. I don't do creatures outside of humans, so I don't even watch scary movies. I'm going to freak out, and then I'm gonna find hopefully I have some wood that I can nail into the walls to barricade the windows. But I'm assuming if there's zombies outside, I can't go to the grocery store and prepare. So I know people who have been preparing for this for years. I'm not one of those people, so I don't know.
Okay, I feel that. Lee, what you gonna do?
I mean, I'll probably freak out, but in a realistic situation, if zombies even like became real, well, like it would be like the best solution would be a bunker down situation because assuming that they are dead, they are still decaying. So, I mean, you give it what, like 2-3 months, and they're gonna decay to the point where they can't even move. So like I feel like my first goal would be to try and get to like some kind of military bunker or some shit, because I don't have like years worth of food. I would have like food for like 2 weeks and then have to run out and do shit, which I ain't trying to do.
Okay,
Right.
that's nice. That was smart.
Okay. For real.
Yeah.
But bring on the guns.
Yeah, forget the guns, man. I'm running.
What?
You think you can
I'm
outrun the
gone.
zombies?
But I want to
Yeah.
like take some down. But you see, like about the whole
I'm
zombie
running.
and like movement thing. You notice how like there's always like two different types of zombies portrayed in
Mhm.
movies. Either the ones that are super slow or either the ones that are really fast. So you never know
Right.
like what you're gonna
Right.
get.
Man,
But like in a
you
realistic thing, like if you're dead, your body and muscles are deteriorating, and if it's pushing it, the body to the point of where it's getting to that like threshold, that joint threshold,
It'd be slow,
by the
right?
time they get to they would get to that like sprinting threshold before I do. And they're probably done and out, and their bones or joints are like flaring up at that point, and they're literally just wearing out their body from there.
Mhm.
So like
so-
I can't see a world where a zombie is going to be able to keep up with me long enough, because I'm gonna channel my inner Usain Bolt, and I'm dipping. I'm gone.
Right.
That
But
is
also, isn't the whole point of avoiding zombies? Because in zombie movies, they also, if they get a hold of you, you turn into a zombie.
Right.
So
That's true.
I don't think it's more
That's
so about the speed. It's more so you don't want to turn into one of them.
Exactly. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just thinking more of a like realistic situation more than movie based shit, because like I just can't see like a zombie thing happening unless it's like The Last of Us, where it's like a fungal disease more.
Yeah.
But then like they don't need to really sustain themselves to be alive. And if it is fungal, they're already going after things that are already dead, because that's how like most funguses survive anyway, because they're eating things that are dead. So I don't think we would be concerned with even zombies at that case. It would just be like corralling them.
Now I don't know who reads the Bible in here or who believes in God, but if you read,
Wait, hold on, wait.
Oh.
So, Alice believes that Shannon, your
Zombie
rules with the cardio.
Who is that?
No, he was on here. He was just on here last week.
That was
Type
Alan.
Oh.
Yeah, that's typeface.
We miss you, Alan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tripping.
So, hey, so like some other people, like, hey, like for the first time, I put this on my actual like Facebook profile, like my personal page. I put it up here for the first time. So if you're watching this, just if you want to see what happened earlier, you go to YouTube. At some point, I'm gonna cut it off of my Facebook channel, so you're just gonna have to go to YouTube or my Facebook like page to watch it from there. But I just wanted to put this out here so people can see the product or whatever. But right now we're doing a little icebreaker or whatever with the little zombie stuff. Me personally, like, if
hold on, wait.
Huh?
I was mid-stop before you cut me off.
Huh? I never even got a word out.
He was always
I
talking
know.
about who is
Go
a follower
ahead,
of
dog.
Jesus
Go
Christ.
ahead.
And Shar, I am a follower of Jesus Christ. She said you didn't know. I want to make that clear.
So hear me out. What I'm about to say.
Okay.
If you believe in God and you read the Bible, He says that when He's coming back, like He's going to raise the dead. And I wonder if that's like a zombie apocalypse. That's pretty much what a zombie apocalypse is. People raising from the dead.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
maybe we are going to experience it.
Yeah, we just don't know in what state, like that technically would count. But because there's not really specificity to, what form they're going to be.
Yeah.
Because
I also believe that, like, I believe that there's some truth to a lot of movies that we watch, because the human brain, yes, it does have an imagination, but God also gives you vision. He also gives you ideas. And these ideas don't just come out of the blue. Like, they didn't just randomly make up humans with superpowers and zombies and stuff. Like, it had to come from somewhere. There has to be some kind of truth to it.
You bring up a good point in that too, because like there is this saying that goes around, and you might have heard it before, but the fact that there is no original ideas, that there is always something to stem from something, and that kind of goes in such a general aspect that like other people have been saying the same thing, but in different words. Like there is always some level of truth in any kind of story or joke. Like you could just like look at any like comic, and there's always some like history lesson in there, or like just a fact of life type thing.
And I feel like that's where the sense of the joke comes from. You know? If there wasn't any type of truth to it, it wouldn't be as relatable.
It's a relatable factor 100%. And you're absolutely right. Like when it comes to like Greek mythology and like stuff in the age of Stoicism, like you have to take into the account that some of the stories were a little off the wall, and just a little extravagant. But if you break it down to its bare bones and kind of analyze where they were getting these ideas from, it comes like super interesting. Like the fact that they thought Cyclopses existed, it wasn't super far off. That at the bare bones of it, that it was a giant creature that used to exist. Of abnormality, and it was a mammoth skull that they were looking at and finding, and then describing to an artist to put it on their history. So, like, you ever play like telephone, like in like improvised games? It's like that. So this adventurer goes out, tells the people what they find. The artist takes that information and makes his own interpretation of it, and so on and so forth. So,
we're here, Lee. We're here.
Okay. So y'all went very deep and metaphysical and all that other stuff. This topic was supposed to just be fun. Like
I'm sorry. This is the way my brain thinks.
No. Answer the general question.
I'm sorry. That's the way my brain thinks 24/7.
But no,
I feel you.
So Smooth, what's your answer?
So look. You wake up, there's zombies, okay? All right. So first thing I'm doing, I'm checking where are they at and where have they been? You know what I'm saying? Like, so I know what to avoid and where I can go.
How are you checking that information?
Yeah, because you think news reporters going to be reporting it there?
He checking it out.
You know what? Look. Listen.
You're looking on Twitter.
People literally have recorded like explosions happening right next to them, you know what I'm saying, and then a live stream cut off.
This age is different.
You're right.
Getting shot at. Like this generation is different, okay? They will do anything to get it on live. They will do anything.
That's very true. That's very true.
I know.
But do you think we're still gonna have Wi-Fi and self-service when they? Because in all these movies, like the world shuts down.
So listen. Like a lot of information on the phone, like preload, right? So as long as your phone is on Wi-Fi or whatever, my Facebook and Twitter and all that, Instagram, it preloads. Therefore, like when I open, there's a screen of information that may be about like it might be 2 hours old, but it's already sitting there. Okay, the zombie apocalypse, unless it happened in the last 5 minutes,
he is right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be able to get some information. I might not be able to know everything, but I'm going to be able to get some information. Then after that, it's a matter of like, well, like certain power things are going to go down. Yes, that's a given. Yeah. You know, certain things are going to collapse into itself. But it all depends on where the zombies are. Like, for instance, if I'm on the West Coast and all the zombies are on the East Coast, I should be relatively fine on the West Coast for now.
Are you sure about that? You think they worrying about time zones?
No, not that they're worried about time zones. I'm just saying that
they're not in your area.
Are you thinking of like? Are you saying like, you know, if you get lucky enough that ground zero is not where you're at, you have time?
That's what I'm saying. You don't think it's gonna hit the entire Earth at the same time?
No, that's not possible. It literally depends on what type of zombie apocalypse we're talking about, and then even if you still have to have a zombie.
And you're talking about us being deep. You just took my mind like to a whole. Whoa, this is too much.
Like no, but it always starts with a ground zero. Always starts with a ground zero.
Oh yeah.
Always. Always.
Right.
Ground,
Any
ground
pandemic,
zero
any
is
pandemic,
easily gonna be in
pandemonium,
China or India. Let's just be real. They are the highest
yo,
populated areas.
yo, if it starts over there, like we are massively
Well, we see what happened with COVID. Where did it start?
Right.
Where has
It started
everything
in China.
started?
Wow.
COVID, SARS.
okay. All right. I can't. All right, I can't say nothing to that. That's true.
Ebola started in Africa, and I feel like that's the only like really big virus that didn't start from like the Eurasia continent.
Yep. This is true. These are facts.
Yes. See, look, he understands. He's my translator. He's always translate for me. Unless it's a coordinated biological attack. Yeah, if it was a coordinated biological attack, like they're screwing themselves. Like unless you're on an island like Australia or New Zealand, like you are hardcore screwed. Like all Australia and New Zealand have to do with what they did with COVID, just prevent everybody from coming.
Right.
Oh, you coming in?
Yeah.
Bang, shoot the plane down. Like,
Oh fuck!
Not
They,
shoot the
they just
plane.
shooting
That was
airlines
so-
down
I
now.
mean, I'm just saying,
Fuck
like
outta
it's
here.
zombie apocalypse. I wouldn't blame them for not letting nobody in. I wouldn't
I
blame
wouldn't
them.
either.
No,
Well,
Like
honestly, yeah.
a plane full of people, like nah. Like if it
Australia
was
has
a
enough
boat,
species that could kill people now, so they got their own problems.
yeah. Like if it's a boat, you know what I'm saying? Like you can kind of like, okay, we're gonna see, we're gonna inspect y'all before we let y'all, you know what I'm saying, get off. And then if the whole boat's infected, cool, just sink it.
Okay, then.
Zombies on a boat.
I know it's dark, but I mean, like it's a zombie apocalypse we talking about.
Well, I'm just
It'd be like-
picturing like because they also lose a lot of people. So I'm just like picturing a boat where the zombies coordinated to get to it. Like,
Yeah, I'm not saying that the zombie coordinated. I'm just saying like somebody got
The
kind of got
zombies coordinated.
they got
I'm
a little
weak.
scrap. We got a
Very
little scrap,
intelligent.
right? You know what I'm saying? They got infected and they hid inside one of the shipping containers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you go open the container and then boom, zombie apocalypse.
Ooh, what an icebreaker. So you chose too many deep people on this live. I don't think you were ready for this.
Yeah, you weren't ready.
I know. I clearly wasn't ready. Y'all wasn't ready. Nobody was ready.
I was ready. I know what's going on.
Yeah, we know
Okay,
what's up.
so anywho, we're gonna get into some serious stuff now.
Yeah.
So topic numero uno is what life hacks have you found to be effective in your life?
Are we going in order? How you want to do this?
So we it's the same way that y'all introduced yourselves, the same way we're going, and then at the end I will go last. So,
All right. Well, then that means
Is it plural, like many, or is it just one?
you can let's limit it to 3. Okay, let's limit it
The
to
3?
Yeah, so we don't go crazy.
Okay. Well, definitely, I would say like writing everything, just for organization sense, because I'm a student and I work part time, and I'm also like trying to like manage my own blog, and I'm also an editor like at a startup magazine. Like I have a lot of projects going on, so I found like the most useful thing, and I always used to think this was lame, but I literally put my life on Google Calendar. I plan everything. I plan like when I'm gonna have like some free time. Obviously, I don't necessarily respect it, but I find that like it keeps me organized, and it keeps me like on page. So if there ever is like a few days where I decide, you know what, like I don't want to do anything today, I just revert back to my calendar. I can see like what I need to do, get done for the week. Also, having like a whiteboard in my room, like also a calendar, just to like remind myself of things, like when I wake up in the morning, like, okay, like I have to do this today. Maybe I'm not gonna do it, but at least I know it's there. Like I have to do it. You know, I have to get it done at some point. Another life hack that I found like has helped me, but more in terms of like mental health, like stress from school and just in general, is downloading this app called Oak. Basically, it is like guided and unguided meditation. So yeah, you know it, right? And I find it I find it so useful. It's free also, and like it's really good because you can pick whatever sound that you want in the background, and then you can have like this lady or a man or whatever basically helping you move through like meditation, breathing exercises for de-stressing.
Hey, drop that name again. What is it called?
It's called, I'll type it in the, can I type?
Yeah, you can type.
I'll type it in the chat. It's called the Oak app. And honestly, it's great because I find it's a good way to start your day and also to unwind your day. You know, like when you wake up in the morning, obviously, like you probably don't want to get out of bed, so maybe you'll lay in bed for like half an hour, sometimes on your phone or doing whatever. Instead of doing that, like it's very useful to just log onto the app, do a bit of meditation, get yourself like in the right headspace for the day, and then you can like move on and do your activities.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. Hey, them some good for sure. Lee, what's up? Besides getting them games.
Yeah. For me, honestly, like I'm heavily affected by like ADHD and shit. So like trying to put shit into organization is super hard, but super helpful at the same time. I'm like I do the organization shit as well, but I always end up like deterring from it. So like I try and like make myself as busy as possible. I feel like the only life hack I've ever like used is like putting like shirts you want steamed out like hanging on like the outside of your shower and just like and just getting all the wrinkles out that way. That's the only life hack I really use.
Okay.
I've never even thought of doing that. I always keep my clothes in the bed and I just kind of just lay it out ready to go, you know, and I actually iron them, but to be able to get in the shower and
it's the steam from the shower. Yeah.
That's smart. I might start
take really hot ass showers though.
I do too.
I heard it doesn't work with some people. Well, but like I feel like you have to really make it fucking hot because I know some people just taking cold showers don't think it works. I'm like, no, it's the steam, dude.
Right. For sure.
Yeah.
So I'm very similar to your name is Tally, right? Talia? Okay. Yeah, I'm very similar to Talia. I'm a spiritual person, and so in the mornings I have learned that if I don't start my day right, my whole day is thrown off. So when I get up, I will meditate for 5 to 10 minutes. I use an app called Insight Timer. And then I have this gratitude journal, so in this gratitude journal, and I learned this because I watch a lot of people that do a lot of positive mindset because I'm also like Leah. I have a lot of ADHD going on. My brain is going a million minutes an hour, and it's just like the only way I can slow it down is by purposely doing things to slow my thoughts down. And so in the mornings I will write 3. So in my gratitude journal, I'll write down 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then I'll write down 3 things that I know that I can get done for that day. Things that I know are attainable for me to get done. So whether that's today I will do my laundry. Today I'll clean my room, whatever. Today I'll do this work for this client. And then I write down 2 positive affirmations. And then also another life hack that I just recently discovered that has been very helpful is curating my social media. So now when I log on to Instagram, I see like angel numbers and positive affirmations and I see I see readings. Like I'm into like spiritual readings, and so that's all I see on my page, on my explore page. And then when I get on TikTok, all I'm receiving is like sermons, like on my For You page, sermons and like positive affirmations and readings. Also, like it's nothing but positivity I'm seeing when I log on my social media, because I learned that like I also have the type of personality that's easily influenced by outside sources. So if I log on to Facebook, because I'm an empath also, if I log on Facebook and I see like a negative status, it attaches to me, and then now I'm in a negative mood. So,
dude, yeah, I feel that. I feel like what's it called when you can just feel other people's emotions?
Empath.
Empath. I feel like I'm an empath. So like I literally had to delete Facebook because I had so many people like panicking over shit. And I could just feel it. Like I'm not directly next to those people. Well, but I've felt that same feeling like next to other people who are super negative. Like I get genuinely angry like when people are just like negative around me all the time. And like I
it's
have
a transference of energy.
Yeah, I have to be positive because like I feel like in my own head I am so negative like naturally. Like the first thoughts in my head are always like the negative aspect of any situation. So I always have to like constantly reel myself back and just be like, okay, all right, what's going on here and what can I benefit from? So constantly, like I'm always having like this weird thought battle in my head. And so like I do not need that extra negativity from other people.
But guess what? That's human. We all have to train our brain. No human just automatically thinks positive. I just like recently in the past couple of years got really into positive mindset and affirmations and realizing that I control my life or whatever. But sometimes you have to go through like a period in your life where you learn that. Nobody's taught this stuff. Like you just kind of wake up one day and you're like, this ain't right. I need something. This is not it. And then you start exploring and figuring out what options work for you.
Mm-hmm. I did that like 3 years ago. Like that's when it like really came to terms with me. Like it was hard.
Yeah, I want to say it was like last year for me. Like last year, 2020. Like I finally like got into the right positive space to where I could like get going on doing things. Because I was like I would always like self-defeat myself before I would even get started.
Yes, self-sabotage.
Yep.
And it's so true what you're saying about like social media, like curating your social media is so good. That's actually so useful because you open your social media and all I'm seeing like people my age like doing a whole bunch of like moving in here, doing this, and it kind of makes you feel like a little bit like, oh my God, like shit, like I'm behind. But in reality it's like, no, you need to see like more positive things. You know, social media is such a big tool.
Right. Because at the end of the day, everybody's on their own life path and their own schedule. Like, you can't base anything off of nobody else. Like anything, like use them as a good like roadmap. You know what I'm saying? An example of how to potentially do something. But at the end of the day, you have to decide on your own way to actually make it work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You say that again, man. Yeah.
I think that I am like I'm actually kind of like the opposite in a sense. Like I'm definitely an empath. I've known that for a long time, but I don't know. It's weird. I am kind of like how you are describing yourselves. I am kind of like the person that people like that are attracted to. Because even in the worst of things, I always try to find a way to turn it around, and I also don't take people's word for it. Like, so let's say, Byron comes up to me and he says, ugh, I just had the worst day being around Talia. She just blah, 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 just being, super negative about the day or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Typical Byron.
I will hear that and I'll take that and I'll say, okay, but that was your experience. And I mentally try to just erase what I had been around. That just planted the seed of how I think that my day is going to go. So I say to myself, that was Byron's experience. It's not going to be mine. And I've literally never, ever, ever, Lord willing, I've never been in a situation to where that did not work for me. And my experience was always different. I chose to switch it around, accept that my day was going to be like how someone else's day was. And so the mind is very powerful. But I do have a lot of people who are because of that positivity. So I think that just from people the time with those type of feelings and heaviness, I think that is something I've been able to kind of craft to try to be, just be better at so that I could, help other people.
Right on. Yeah.
That's some real shit.
Yes, I think the most important thing for everybody to remember is we're all human. We're all learning, not to be hard on yourself. Like nobody's doing any process that's better than the other person, and we're all just in a learning process. It's a never-ending learning process.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Man. So for me, so Retta, you was done? You was done?
Oh, well, and other stuff, just I'm very I can be kind of OCD. So I have to put myself on a consistent schedule to make sure everything goes like how I want. And I think I can't remember if it was Char, if it was Talia, but
It me, yeah, I'm exactly. I feel like it's like a control thing.
yes, I'm the same way. If I make this or make plans and I get it all organized and something gets messed up, that is the one thing that I still have a battle with. Depending on how important it was, I will have better not be in front of me when because it can be like a big deal. Like when I moved here for my apartment, my biggest number one thing was I did not want carpet. I said that to any place I visited off top. And the lady was like, yeah, we have a bunch of ours have a carpet, but we now have these new ones we've been renovating where they don't have carpet. And I'm like, perfect. I get here and I move. I signed in like July, August. I move in September. And the first thing we see when I walk into my apartment is carpet.
Bare carpet. Like.
And I looked at it and I turned around to walk off to even my parents were like, oh no, Sharetta, please calm down, come back. Like that was it. Because
I understand you.
You know, so that's hard for me. But like you said, like when I wake up in the morning, and this week was like a long week for me because I didn't do any of my usual things. But I wake up 4 a.m. 15. I do my workout. Immediately after I do my workout, I do my prayers. Just kind of help get my heart rate down. I shower, get dressed, go outside, warm my car up, get my coffee ready, get my breakfast ready, make sure and then I go through my checklist of things, make sure I have it, and I sit down. So if it gets mixed up in that, I can kind of maneuver a little bit because it's not as big, but it's important to have a plan. I have a lot of, I know I'm one of those people that I plan a lot, but then like my best friend, she is a wing it type of girl, and it works out for her every time. Like, oh yeah, that was close, but I got it. And I'm sitting here like I almost had a heart attack. I can't do this every day. So.
Oh my gosh, I very much relate to that.
Man, yeah. I'm like 50% wing it, 50% plan. Only thing I like planning is trips. Like I get very intricate with trips. Like that's
because they're supposed to be planned to a certain point, right? Like you ever go with people and they're like nothing planned.
I'm like, I want to maximize my good times. Like I'm not afraid to spend the extra like $200-$300 if it means my experience will be like that much more better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you need to just you're not supposed to say that. But anyway, like, you know, like I can't like settle for like the base level experience when I could be like up here. Like, why did I plan this trip then? Like, I'm supposed to be having fun. Like, I should have everything. Like for instance, like we're planning a trip. We're still planning the trip right now to Miami. I'm trust me. Like, I'm in the weeds. Like, I'm probably thinking about that more than like everybody else. Like, I'm like really like. Wait,
you guys are going to Miami?
Yeah. You want to come?
You want to come?
And I'm in Canada. The borders are closed.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They won't let non-essential travel. If we travel outside of the country, we have to come back. We have to pay $2,000, and then we have to quarantine in a hotel and also pay for our own hotel. And then
maybe they need to do that here so people can sit still.
Right.
Specifically Florida.
Florida's on some other. But what are y'all going?
Florida and Texas bugging.
Atlanta.
Oh yeah. No, in Texas, you don't have to wear masks anymore.
Yeah,
they just woke up one day like no more pandemic.
What?
The governor announced it.
Did you hear what fucking Dr. Fauci said about it though?
No,
it makes a lot of sense though. So Dr. Fauci was talking about it, and he was like, okay, I really wish that they didn't do that, but it's not like I can tell them to like revert. So he was like, besides that though, it's not like every other state ain't doing that either, or whether it's the government or their own citizens. And And the mask thing wasn't even a real deterrent for coronavirus. It was to keep people from coming into the hospitals as much, from getting sick from other shit and taking up these other beds that other people might have needed because they're dying, but you're there. So like Dr. Fauci was like, yeah, it's annoying, but it's not the end of the world if they're not wearing masks.
Really?
Because yeah.
I'm still gonna wear
But
it.
that kind of goes against everything.
Yeah, absolutely wear it. But I'm just saying.
You know,
that's crazy. Wow, I can't even imagine.
There's some truth to that because at the hospitals, you'd be surprised at how many like lower cases of other things that we are seeing simply from masks. You know, because before coronavirus, when you're at the hospital, you're worried about children coming in for flu and just in general, lots of runny noses. I have seen smaller, of course, I don't know statistics for every hospital, but
it's proven. It's proven to work.
Yes, it helps down numbers for other things. But I mean, he's right though. People aren't listening. But I feel like it was more safety for me. That mandate should have stayed in place because safety-wise, not just safety about health, it's safety about keeping people physically safe. And I say that to say this: we know how folks act in Texas. So if they act, the fact that Texas is all about,
it's a red state. Let's put it that way.
We're Texas, and we're better than a lot of people, and we're gonna do what we want regardless.
But our electricity don't work.
Okay.
So, and my thing is, I'm worried about the safety of businesses. If they don't have that mask mandate, businesses now will probably be targeted. Oh, well, the governor said I didn't have to wear a mask, and now you're not going to serve me. Let me destroy something.
That's where Texas and Florida are very similar.
Okay, this gives me like my province vibes where I live, or like Alberta. It gives me these vibes.
There's a kickback when you're talking.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Everybody mute. Everybody mute real quick. Okay. All right.
Hello?
All right. Well, let's do this one by one.
Hello.
Okay, you're good.
Hello.
All right. Lee? Hello?
Bro. Lee, he needs you to talk.
Oh. Say something.
Lee, talk.
I don't think he can hear.
I can't. Okay, I heard that about like it's super like in and out right now. Like my Wi-Fi is like shit.
You looked hella lost.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, bro, please stop. You okay, man? Okay,
whatever, and like the stops.
Okay, yeah, your internet cut in and out while you were talking. But let's see who astronomical. Yo, what's good? Welcome to the pod, my friend.
What's good, bro?
What's up? But yeah, Real Talk TV, right? Or am I tripping?
Yes, sir. That is I.
Yeah. So he has a YouTube channel as well. He just hit 100 subs. You know what I'm saying himself. You know what I'm saying. Congrats,
appreciate it. Oh, you noticed that?
Well, actually, okay. I'm gonna keep it 100. Lee told me, and then I was like, oh, and then I hit the button on my phone. I said, oh shit, look at that. He did hit 100.
Yeah, before my goal, which was March 10th, I'm at 101. So I'm gonna do like a 100 subscriber video with the fiance over here. Got some content. Got some content dropping with her, so it'll be more interesting. They off my IUD.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Let me do this. Number right here. Right there. I'm trying to put everybody back where they were. But anyway, so my life hack. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Life hack. Hey, bro, you got video or you just audio?
I got video, but it's like we just literally like woke up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
want to come support you before church and stuff like that starts. So you want to hurry up and stop by.
Bro, I appreciate that. I do. I really do. I do appreciate that for sure. So yeah, we're talking about life hacks right now. I'm gonna get into mine. So my life hacks. So for one, like me, I noticed like for myself, like for some odd reason, like some like stuff shouldn't bother me as much as it does, but it really does. So like for me, like I have to listen to like just like so I started listening to like more positive like speeches. Like I listen to like literally positivity speeches. Like I literally have to listen to them. And now I'm like I have to listen to them like every day. Like I need to listen to them. Like I either listen to them. I normally listen to them while I'm in the shower, or I listen to them while I'm working out. And since I work out like 5 days out of the week, like but different places on my body, Retta. So there is rest days. I'm not just going hard for no reason.
I
I do have rest
wasn't
days.
even gonna say anything.
No. We already been there. We've been there, done that. but yeah. So yeah. That's my one thing. That's one thing I do. Two. I like. It's definitely like working out more. That honestly it releases endorphins and it just helps you. It honestly does. Like you'll feel more positive about yourself, like in doing that.
Yo, 1 second. Can I get caught up in like the last 10 minutes or last 5 minutes?
No. So literally, I'm just talking about my life hacks, bro. You didn't miss a thing.
Welcome back, Lee.
I was fuck. I couldn't hear what anybody was saying, but Shamar. Like as soon as he joined, like I could hear Shamar clearly, but everybody else was just like in and out constantly. So that's what I was doing. I was trying to like keep refreshing it till it fixed itself.
Okay. I feel. Excuse me. I feel it. So yeah. So that's number 2. Number 3, for me is like I wouldn't even say it's not necessarily a life hack. Well, I guess it kind of is like negative people and negative things. I just cut them off like mid sentence. Like I'm just cutting you off. And it seems rude and it seems like you don't really F with me no more. You don't want to like talk to me no more. Like nah, it's not even that. Like I literally cannot function with you talking. Like I can't. The moment you open your mouth, I'm literally done. Like so,
I'm the same way.
Like I have to be done with this. Like however I shut you up is however I choose to do it. Like whether I end up blocking you or I end up like just getting off social media entirely. You know what I'm saying? Like or I just don't respond like on the phone like to where I'm just like going the other way. Like even some people just their existence reminds me of something like bad that happened, and I'm just like, yo, I'm done. Like I can't even do that person no more. Like you know what I'm saying? Yo. It's kind of sad. You know what I'm saying? To be that way, but that's just how I have to be to function for myself.
Be like that for real.
It ain't bad if you don't fuck with somebody. Tell them you don't fuck with us. Because like I'm so tired of beating around the bush with some people. I fucking hate it.
You don't seem like you beat around the bush at all.
Right. I don't give a fuck anymore. I dead ass. So like, there's this kid I absolutely hated from the get go. I didn't even know why, but like I could just sense that I knew I wasn't gonna like this person at all. And usually I'm right when it comes to those types of things. And of course I was right this time too. Because as soon as this kid opens up his mouth, I figured out why. He was just like this instant entitled little shit. He would just complain nonstop. I hated work. Like literally, leadership had to keep us apart because I was gonna punch the shit out of him. He made me so angry. I was so tired. I dead ass told him to his face. I was like, I do not like you. Please remove yourself from me. Hey, he's like,
Yeah.
what, you got a problem with me? I was like, yes, I got a fucking problem with you. Do you see what I look like in comparison to you, you chubby little fuck? I'm so mad. You.
Dang.
Oh my god.
So there's a
Lee, what's your sign?
What? My sign? I'm a Libra.
Oh, okay.
I was like with him in particular, like I have a few stories that like really establish his character or like but like if you can think of an entitled like white kid, that's pretty much who he is. Like on general oh shit. Yeah, like he's just like super ignorant on other cultures, like he feels entitled to any type of situation. Think about that to 3 degree, and that's the type of person he is. Like super annoying.
You know, there's this quote that says, "Pay attention to the way your spirit feels around people, because there's a reason you're feeling that way. So if your spirit feels off about somebody, listen to it and let them go."
Literally.
I feel like
That
my instincts are
discernment.
almost always correct, so I'm always listening to it.
What's crazy is the topic y'all talking about is literally what me and her recorded last night. Protect your spirit, your energy, and
Wow.
love people from a
Yes.
distance. So
Look at that.
we literally just
Alignment.
talked
Look at
about
that.
this, man. So loving people from a distance, you know, you have some people just like Lee just said, it just piss you off, and you just want to put through a wall. Like people think that I'm the nicest person on the earth, which I can be because I'm like, you know, my denomination will be considered, you know, like Christian or whatever. But no, I want to punch people through walls just as bad as the next person do. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know how many people irritate me that I want to put them through a wall? So with people like that just throw you off your whole balance, like your whole energy, you have to avoid those people or just ignore them because it's not worth your time.
Mhm.
Like the time that
Absolutely.
the energy that you invest in people, you can maybe start your own business, go to the gym, do your hobbies. Try to divert that energy to something else, because if you don't, then now your mood is blown, your whole day is ruined, and the person that's trying to piss you off is gonna get off on that. You making them happy by your reaction, and now you in a bad and crappy mood. You know what I'm saying? And they at night they over there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you over there twisting and turning your
I'm
pillows
like,
and stuff like that. Then you have the other people who you actually like and mess with, but it's a discomfort somewhere, or it's a disconnect somewhere. Maybe you had a friendship and you always feel like that you up here and they right here. You always put the effort to meet needs in with them, but they can never reciprocate that back to you. So it's always an off balance. Like, for example, like when y'all part ways from IUD and y'all become real close with each other, and once the other person get back to the States and go back to their daily life, they just completely forgot about you. Just kind of like in the military, when one piece of just bittersweet moments, all the memories and stuff y'all shared, like person just up and forget about you, and you reaching out and reaching out and reaching out. Those people you just have to lower the distance. Like, you know, apparently all of a sudden now the life hacks and reality checks and all that come hitting and crashing down. Maybe they got some unfortunate stuff going on, and you want to be that friend that can help them out, and they just won't let you. You just gotta love them from a distance, because if you don't, it's gonna piss you off. And it's gonna make you want to unfriend them, unblock them. You know, I tell people all the time, you got but one time to turn my hand, slap my hand away. After that,
Mhm.
I'm not gonna chase after you or demand your acceptance or whatever you got going on. Like that's just it. You know, if you reach out to me and ask me for advice, that's cool. You know, if something good happened to you, I'm glad to hear that something bad to you. I'll definitely be praying for you. But
That's facts.
love people
oh,
from
I love the way you put that. And to add to that, I think people get attached to time and experiences that they have with people, and they keep them around for that. Like, oh, we've been best friends since we were 5,
Absolutely.
but we have history together. Okay, so what? Well, look at the way this person is treating you, so you really should let them go. And they have the audacity to do that to you, knowing the history that you have together. So definitely don't let ties keep people around you that need to go.
Absolutely.
With friendships, this how y'all think about. This how y'all should think about friendships. Of course, some of us we had that childhood best friend to where, we always slept at each other's house and we always told each other deepest, darkest secrets to or whatever. But this how you could classify friends, man. What have you and that friend been through together that y'all bounce back from? What have they done for you?
Yeah.
That was beneficial and added value to your life. And that does not have to be materialistic. That could be emotional support. It could be it could go in different variety of things than materialistic or money or anything like that. So that's just one thing to take into factor when you weighing like, is this person worth keeping around or dealing with? That's just something else to think about.
Right.
That's some good stuff. Yeah.
So this topic is now dead. We're going to topic number 2. We're on topic number 2 because we could be here all day.
Yes.
Yeah. I sure need to go. That's a good topic, though.
Yeah, that is a good topic to explore. So topic number 2 is, how would you change America for the better? Like, so what is your top thing, like your number one thing that you're like, yo, this is what I want to change, like, and this is how I would like to see it going for me. Now, Talia, in your case, you're in Canada. How would you change Canada for the better? Okay, we can modify this. So, starting with you, go ahead.
Canada. I would definitely say treatment of like the First Nations people here, because it's really horrible. Like, you have a lot of First Nations peoples like living in the streets, a lot of them with like addiction issues.
Can you explain what is a First Nations person?
Oh, like, First Nations, basically Native American, but because like in Canada we call them First Nations.
Okay.
Or Indigenous people.
What's like First Nations?
Yeah. So I like, and it's like really horrible because like I would say probably like during like the 50s, maybe even a little bit earlier, until even like the 90s, they had what were called like residential schools. So basically, residential schools were places where they would forcefully like assimilate First Nations people into like European white culture. So basically, they would abuse them, assault them, cut off their hair, force them not to speak their mother tongue, force them to change religion to Christianity. And that obviously, once they were abolished, they returned and went back to live into their communities. But that's where the issues came from, like all the issues to do with like addiction and like poverty now in their community, because they're assimilated into like this white culture, especially like French culture that we have here. They go back into their communities and like they don't like what's the word, like they can't see themselves in their own people, because like they haven't been like around their communities for how many years now. They are completely different people now. So it ended up causing a lot of depression within the communities, and obviously a lot of people that are depressed and that don't have access to like mental health professionals, because the reserves that are in Canada, they're super far away from they're very remote. They're far away from cities. Like they don't have access to the same. It's almost as if like it's two different countries, like the reserve compared to the rest of Canada. So they don't have access to good healthcare over there. They don't have access to the same type of what's it called? Schools, services that for example, I would have living in a city like Montreal. They don't have that, even though they would probably be an hour or two away. And so it just ended up becoming generational trauma, and it's just a very messed up situation. So definitely there's a lot of things that they could be doing to help them. And now there's a lot of them living on the streets, or there's a lot of kidnapped missing Indigenous women, that it goes unnoticed. People are not talking about it. People are not doing anything about it. It's as if like it doesn't exist. So
wow, that's crazy.
And it's crazy because unless you're from Canada, you're not going to know that that's a thing. And it's a very big problem.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. Like you educated me.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Either that's awful.
It's only within the past 2 years, I would say, that like white institutions in Canada have started to basically, now they're recognizing the fact that they're like teaching living on unceded Indigenous like land. So basically, like they're literally like teaching and like taking advantage of the lands that Indigenous people had before that they were stolen from, or even like burial grounds. It's only within the last 2 years that now whenever we have like press conferences or classes or speakers, like they'll come in and they'll be like, okay, we've recognized that this is unceded territory. Only in the last 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man.
So it's a lot there. So definitely that.
Okay.
Hey guys, our Bible study like that we about to join is about to start. I just want to stop by support you, bro. This is actually cool. I'm gonna try to stop by more often. Please continue to do this. It's actually reminds me of the Real Talk Saturday. So this is cool. I like what you got going on.
Very funny.
nice
Like,
menu.
I started going to the Real Talks on Saturday, and then I was like, "Yo, this is just like my podcast." When I first got there, I was like, "Dang!" I was like, "That's crazy."
Do you record these at all?
Yeah, this is live, recorded on YouTube, Facebook, all of that right now.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, you use the StreamYard, so you stream it through multiple platforms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I use Streamlabs. All right.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. It was nice meeting y'all. Keep it up, bro.
Nice meeting you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
on the fucking everything, man. The 100 subscribers, the new soon to be wife. You know, congrats, man. Big ups to you, man. I'm watching.
Thank you. That means a lot. That means a lot, man. That watch time is everything. So just like Smooth here, if he upload a 20-minute video, and even if it disinterests you, just let it play out. Like go do something else. It will help his channel grow. Honestly, it will help his channel grow and eventually put money in his pockets too as well. So, like, yeah. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the tremendous support, man.
Support the Real Talk community always.
Yeah, for sure.
And Smooth, link your videos in the chat, like the actual from YouTube itself, so I can watch it and like it and share it.
Oh yeah. I will. I'll start dropping them in there. For sure.
All right, y'all.
All right, bet, bro.
Bye. Nice meeting you.
All right, cool.
Refresh my memory on the question again. I got short-term memory.
So listen, let me reset the room. Let me get my clubhouse. I want to reset the room real quick. The question is, how would you change America for the better, or your country that you currently live in, which is Canada, for Talia? Gotcha. What was your one thing? And it's just one, because we could go all day and unpack a whole lot. So just one. So Lee, what's your one?
So my one thing is after like kind of educating myself on like our like government system and whatnot, like I think we really need to like replace like a lot of people in office that have been there for like years. Like we need to remove like it overall as a society in America. We really need to remove this idea of traditionalism, where these ideas just do not work anymore. The whole mindset of like credit and shit needs to be changed. There are so many countries that don't even know what the fuck that is like we have people out here in constant debt because we allowed them to put themselves there. Like I would just change the entire general mindset of traditionalism. We need to remove a bunch of these old heads and get some fresh minds in our government. That's the one thing I would like to change about America.
Man, bro, you took mine. So now I have to come up with something else. But man, it's a good one, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that has to be done ASAP before like everything else, because that traditional mindset of the politicians gonna hold all them
It's
ideas.
toxic. It's disgusting. It doesn't make any sense anymore, but people are so stuck in the Republican and Democratic ways, our two-party system, that they are like just bred. They're like, we were literally breeding those people all into thinking that stupid shit because nobody can think freely anymore.
Facts. Okay, so Char.
Man, I so as a black person and a black woman, there are so many things I could say on this, and I think about this very often. So much so I don't have a one for all answer for this, except for the obvious that we obviously need more people of color in leadership in this country. And I think Obama was a step, but it's not enough. And it was the beginning. But then I personally feel like Trump was a lot of people's revenge for having a black person as president, and we see how that turned out. And so I just think there needs to be a lot of change with a lot more opportunities for Black people. And it starts because people don't realize that in order for us to get into the White House, it starts with local things. You have to vote in local officials and a local police department that looks like us. It has to start there. If it doesn't start there, we're never going to make it to where we can really make a bigger change. Because what I also don't like is that a lot of people would blame Obama for and say he wasn't doing enough, but he only had so much control as president. The president really doesn't have as much control as a lot of people realize, and it also trickles down to the Senate and Congress. These are the people that are voting against the laws that he was trying to create, that he was trying to push. And we all know it's because he was a black man. Like, because look at Biden. He just passed a law where they named I think they named what was his name? The most recent man that was strangled to death. They passed a law that was like named after him. I can't remember the name right.
You're talking about George Floyd, right?
Yes. Like he was able to get that passed. Like, I just think that there needs to be a lot of barriers that are broken down for it to be okay to look at us in a positive light. I do think that millennials are making that change. We are coming together and we're starting to get there, but there's still a lot more that needs to be done.
Oh yeah.
Right. So
that too. That's a great point, Alan.
Absolutely.
So, absolutely great point.
I feel like as all of us as professionals probably have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's being seen as you feel like you're like stepping over other people in your culture, or you feel like you're better than other people in your culture, and that's not the case. We're just trying to
when you elevate, you do have to change.
You have to be willing to change in certain ways, but you got to get in where you fit in so that you can start to make those changes. Because if you're not in a position of power to do it,
right,
and you have to be relatable. So, I know people a lot nowadays, we call it like code switching, but it is what it is. To me, honestly, I'm over that. It is what it is. If I have to code switch to get you to be drawn in to see me as your fellow professional, and then we can go from there to educate and move forward.
Do what you got to do, right?
Right. So be it. Like, so
wait. Are you familiar with code switching?
I think I have an idea. I've never heard of it before, but like, tell me if I'm wrong. But is it whenever you kind of like switch your personality based on who you're talking to?
Not your personality. Well, yeah, not necessarily your personality, but like the way you talk and
your speech,
your manners.
Yeah, because I do that professional-wise. Like, I don't speak like this all the time. Depending on the setting, I'm bunkering down. I'm not saying any cuss words. oh, I change face real quick to like get through any type of interview or supervisor meeting or whatever, you know.
Right.
But
And
But like, I feel like that's normal.
for you, it is normal. But for us,
But for Black people, we're not being ourselves.
for
Yeah.
other
It's
Black
about the
people,
survival for Black people.
yeah, it's
Yes.
yes,
I do.
absolutely. It is a form of survival for us.
And it's draining. Whew,
right.
it's draining.
It's basically instead of being Byron, you know what I'm saying? Like that I'm on the podcast talking like this, like nah, like I become like a totally different person. Like
Byron.
my name might just be like I don't know what it is when I code switch. Like I might
Turn
be a
in the
Matt. I might be a Matt. Like my name is Matt now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even Black anymore. Like
Listen, I code switch so much that I have been in white settings where white people have told me that I act I'm the whitest Black person they know, and I'm like, child, if only you knew this is a whole facade.
Yo,
And that
that's
whole
when you need to
whole,
switch because I've heard that shit before, and I'm from El Paso, right next to Juarez. I used to live just north of the border, so I experienced like the whole outburst of like the racism thing. Like for a long period of my life, I legit thought I was like the minority. I thought white people were the minority. I had no clue.
Wow.
So like I'm kind of aware, and even still, I didn't have the same level of code switching. I'm not like saying that I fully understand that aspect. I do to an extent, and because like people were very aware that I'm white, but I have all the different mannerisms of my culture and background there in El Paso. Oh, so like when I go into like different states and stuff, and people like see the way I act like on my own time, they get kind of confused. They're like, because I've heard them like you're the blackest white person I've ever met before, and like I get very confused real quick. Like I don't I don't even know what that's supposed to mean. This is my personality at the most genuine state. Hey, the fact that you have to associate it with a whole nother culture and not my identity as an individual is a problem with me.
Yeah, it's
like
very
you
problematic.
right.
So
you're
take
taking
that and
away
imagine
my personality and attaching it to something completely out of the water because you're trying to like belittle me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So take that and imagine you're a Black person and the entire Black community is not accepting you because you are choosing to speak what they call proper, and they're saying, oh, you're not one of us, and imagine that on
Which
a
is a
daily
whole
basis
problem
for
in
your entire
itself
life.
because it's like why is speaking properly only equated to whiteness? That's something like I never understood, especially living like living in, for example, like Canada. We do obviously it's not the same type of culture as the US. We do obviously have like a big population of like Black people, but we definitely don't have as much as like the US does. So I feel like a lot of the times, like I guess like the biggest like density of Black people, I would definitely say live in Toronto. So like they definitely have their own culture that's like inspired by like Jamaican culture. So the way that they speak is definitely different. But like sometimes I'm here and like I'll have a white person come tell me, wow, like you sound like white. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Why is that like why is that a thing? You know?
And they just took your whole identity from you.
Exactly.
And just
like, you don't know me. You don't know where I'm from. Like please.
Yeah.
And
like,
leave. I would just like to say that I think that every Black person appreciates a white person that's willing to learn and just understand us. And the fact that you, like you just said, you didn't really understand what it was, but now you're open to learning and understanding us better by asking the questions. That's all we really want most of the time. Just try to understand me and hear me out.
Like, just for me, I've always been like a very like question-oriented person in general. Like I've always questioned everything, and it's really put me in a lot of bad ways because of it. if I'm being completely honest, especially in the military, in this like hierarchy of supervision and rank, and they really don't appreciate the way I question or challenge people. Well, if I do not feel like you are the type of leader I want, I'm gonna set you straight, hey, and tell you how me and my people, or my fellow employees, need to be treated. Like, I do not need a leader that is constantly telling me what to do, but not why I'm doing it. I need those reasons, and you're not gonna just pull me inside, right, and say I'm like quote unquote challenging you, that like I'm trying to like belittle you, or like take control of the situation. No, that is never the case. I know how I deserve to be treated, and what my time is worth, and you are not going to sit there and take that from me, like I'm just some little pawn. I am more than that, and I know what I got to do to get by. I like the military. I can't just walk away from this. It's like my 6 years are up. I'm gone. Like I don't do this shit. I refuse to be treated like this. I don't like it.
I
I
feel
feel like that's a common problem, like with a lot of people. Like I feel like it's taken like a negative connotation, but a lot of people say that like, oh, like you'll have problems with authority. It's not necessarily problems with authority. I feel like it's just an abuse of power. It's a very big difference, you know? Because I don't like,
Yeah.
I'll never have an issue following someone who is like using their leadership and their like whatever like hierarchical power they have over me, like in a like pleasant, positive way. It's not to say that they need to be nice all the time, but I mean, like, I feel like there's limits.
right. Okay, so to get back on topic here, Retta, like, was that what was your one thing you wanted to change about America?
I didn't say, because I mean we were getting in the groove, so I was just going with it.
Yeah.
But there are so many things that we can change. I feel like the matter of the fact is that anybody, like, I would never want to be the president, because they have so many eyes on them to change multiple things. And I feel like when you're having to focus on more than one thing, you may be able to give 20, 40, 50% to each area that you're trying to work on.
Mhm.
But you'll never be able to give it 100% your all to every single thing. You just can't. Your attention is divided. So when I was thinking about you asking this question, honestly, the biggest thing, and my reason is biased because of my profession, but the biggest thing I would want to change for the United States would be healthcare disparities. That would be my main focus, my main goal. Just because we lose so many people, Black women especially, to things that could have been prevented. So that would be one thing on to change. Just really starting from the level of school, how they're studying these different conditions, how they present differently based on someone's culture and race. So that would be my main focus, because for instance, you don't, if you weren't studying this, and I don't think a lot of people realize that what people study in med school and things like that, it's based on how it's presented to a white male. So, if ever studied is how the symptoms present themselves in a male, if a Black male or a Black woman or a Hispanic woman or anyone from any other race comes into the hospital, you may not even connect it to that same condition, and therefore you misdiagnose, and that's how people die.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I feel that. That's been an ongoing struggle. That even stems back to like Black people's mistrust in the medical system. You know what I'm saying? And that's why like
And that's why
very like high percentage of us don't even want to get the vaccine, which I completely understand, because it's like the government has not showing like, okay, if the person that slapped the government's done more than slap you 2 times. The government has literally like killed off members of your family, you know what I'm saying, of your family tree. So now when you look at them saying like, oh, you need to put this in your body, this thing that we've never approved before, we never approved an mRNA, vaccine, but we're gonna stick this in your body. Like, it's hard to sell that to people, you know what I'm saying? It's really hard to sell that to those communities. Like,
Oh,
it's gonna be hard.
It was
like
scary
that.
for my fears of that, because I feel like I do have a duty and a responsibility to connect and bring those two parts together. So when I'm
Mhm.
at work, I have discussions with my my white coworkers. I literally had a surgeon ask me one day, and he said, Sharetta, I want to ask you a question because I know that this is something you would appreciate, and we could have a good conversation about it. And he said, right now, what is the concern in the Black community over this vaccine? What are their fears? I don't understand. Will you talk to me about it? And I said, absolutely. And we had a full, conversation about the mistrust, the history, all the issues that came about that.
Mhm.
Then, I talked about my own fears and my own duty as a healthcare worker and as a Black person to take the vaccine. And, and then be able to come back to my family and friends and say, I know that this is hard to accept or hard to see, but this is what I'm doing and this is what I want you to do, because even if you don't trust them, trust me. And that's a lot of responsibility, because you don't know. I can only make a decision based off the information that I know from people that I trust that have more insight, and then bring that information back to my people. And it's hard because, when all of this first started with COVID, I was following it along before it got to the States, but I was super chilled about it. I was like, this is what we've been learning about. This is what we see, flu-like symptoms, whatever, whatever. And then when it comes out that the government was really downplaying it, that was a hit to me, because people were trusting me to tell them what to do. And that was
Mhm.
because I led a lot of people astray. And
Mhm.
that is something that I won't, I'll always remember that.
Right.
So it's hard.
Yeah, don't blame yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself about that. Like it's a lot of it's a lot of different stuff like to unpack there. Like it's there's so many layers. Like you'll end up just peeling back. Like I don't know if the for this country to get to the point where the trust can be healed is gonna be so hard, without a total revamp of the entire thing. Like, you literally would have to scrap it all. You know what I'm saying? Break it down piece by
Throw it in
piece
the
and
trash.
rebuild it back together. You know what you say?
Mhm.
I
So
said throw it in the trash and start over.
Right, for real. You
so
know.
like I do want to bring something up, and I feel like this is a pretty good time to do it because I was talking to like some of my medical friends back home, that I work with, and like we had said this jokingly, but then it sparked like a pretty good conversation. And so like you know how like when you go see a doctor and maybe it gets a little like when it involves like your private parts, you can request somebody of the same gender, right? So we were talking about like or just race in the clinic and whatnot, and we were like, wouldn't it be nice if we could ask for our own ethnicity in the clinic to talk to as a patient care provider? And like we were laughing about it, but then like it took us a second, and we were just like, that wouldn't be too bad at all. Actually, I bet like a lot of people would appreciate that more than we think.
That would
So,
that
what do you think about that as a patient care provider, or to ask for somebody of your own ethnicity?
I feel like that honestly would be beneficial for a lot of people to help rebuild trust. Your issue would run into where you would run into an issue is that people are going to give pushback because they're going to say, "Oh, that's just another way for people to be racist." because you do have we've had, I mean, there's been tons of issues, even things that I've been a part of, where I've seen people refuse care because that person wasn't the same race as them. So you're going to have a fine line between that, because people are going to see that as an act of aggression. But
Right.
I feel like that overall concept would honestly help to rebuild trust and with healthcare people and the people that we take care of. Because you at least I know that, and people don't realize it, but people already do that. And not necessarily in the setting, like if you come into the ER, people are definitely afraid to be like, can I see someone that is the same color as me? But when you're looking for providers, I made sure when I looked for a gynecologist here, I looked for a woman. Would I have preferred a black woman? Yeah, but I still went to a white woman, but it was a woman. My dentist, I look for a black woman. My primary care provider, I'm looking for a black woman, because I know that is essential to my survival.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it could be useful, but I think it also depends on like your location, because in Canada, that shit would not that would not work. We don't have enough. It's so hard finding one that's black. Like I don't think I've ever met any in my lifetime right now.
That's
Even
crazy.
for teachers too. I know it's very common in the US to have black teachers. It's not something that really happens too often here, unless like you're in a specific area, and even then it's very rare. I've never had a black teacher in my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Although I haven't had a lot of black teachers, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
I think I can name off all my black teachers though. Like I think I can name them all.
And that's ridiculous.
I can count on two hands, and that's it.
Yeah,
I can't go past 10.
There's only like specific teachers who like really made an impact on me that I actually cared to like remember their name. But like that's it. Everybody else, I have no fucking clue. Or I don't even remember what they look like.
I'll to piggyback off of something that Lee said earlier, that I was gonna kind of agree with. What was it? I saw this post the other day, and it was like, can we normalize making it okay to say I don't care about that and walk away?
Yes.
I saw that post. I was like, man, facts. Because now, granted, in a professional setting, that's never okay. Never going to be okay. But there are so many times in life, not in a professional setting, but in life, where I literally want to say, I truly, honestly don't care about that, and then let it go.
Right.
But everyone days and get offended by everything that you hardly can't without you being canceled. And then it's like when you lean into stuff like that, how are people ever going to be able to get to know their true selves and who they are to other people and make true connections if everyone is being so fake from the beginning?
Oh yeah, and everybody just constantly conforming to whatever crowd they happen to be around. Like, I mean, it is a real thing that you are a product of your environment, but there is always a sense of individuality in yourself. And like some people get really afraid of saying certain things that they may or may not like, and confronting certain individuals.
Oh, you know what?
That's
I'm
a
about
problem.
to bring up. Do you all? I don't know if you all watch This Is Us, but on This Is Us, there's three families. They're all connected. I won't get into it, but there's a black family, and basically the black man in that family was raised by a white family, so he didn't really get the experience of being, his culture of being black. So now he's going through like a self-discovery phase where he's learning that it's okay to express being black, wanting to be around black people and black counselors and what have you. And so he's been going to counseling, and during he's been going to see a white woman counselor, and she's great, but he's starting to get to a part in his life where he wants to open up about black trauma and things he experienced growing up black that he couldn't really fully express being in a white household. And he's realizing that he chose a counselor that reflected his white mother, because I mean he was raised by a white woman, so he went and chose a counselor that was a white woman because that's what he grew up with. And now he's cut ties with her. It was like, hey, I need to now explore and go in the direction of getting a Black man counselor that can relate to me so I can really open up. And she was like, okay, that's fine. And he was expecting her to like take it the wrong way and be offended when he said that. And she was like, I completely understand. You have to connect with who you need to connect with to really get to that part of you. So absolutely, like, do what you need to do to connect or feel more comfortable. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with preference. If anybody who says something's wrong with that, they're just being negative. Like we connect to who we relate to.
Yeah. Well,
Exactly.
it's that fine line though, because there, like you said, there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but then you have the people who are refusing certain things because they feel like that particular race lacks the capability. So that's where that line is, and I think
That's
that's
true.
what people. I think that's what people, especially I feel like with hospitals and PR, that would be the lawyers would shut that down completely.
Absolutely.
They would say absolutely not, because from a PR standpoint, that is going to leave us very vulnerable to claims of racism or stereotypes or whatever the case may be. So even though it
That's a good point.
patients, it'll never happen.
That's a good point.
Like in clinics, I feel like it'd be much easier to do. At least in my clinic and different like hospitals I've been to, they are super patient care centered. So like when it comes to like making sure your patient is as comfortable as possible, well, like there's a lot of those things that are taken into account. And then maybe race is never brought up, but I know like a lot of like professional doctors and nurses and technicians that like would definitely be open to that like if they weren't the right person for the job, they know that there's always somebody else that person may or may not be more comfortable with. And obviously that like working in the clinics too, there are certain rules to abide by that you need to make sure that are still followed with like HIPAA being the biggest part of it, and the Privacy Act. So like whenever you do, that is also up to like the patient too. So like as a technician, you can ask these questions to make sure or in the future that they are well taken care of by somebody of their choice first that is available. But also as a patient, you need to be a semi accommodating, you know. Depending on your area, maybe that's not available at the moment. And you need to take a level of accommodation and kind of fill out whomever doctor you're with, you know.
Right. So listen, y'all. This has been a great talk.
Yeah.
This has been a really good conversation. It really has. Again, I want to thank all y'all for coming on. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for being here. For those that are watching and have watched, thank you for coming through. You know, we're doing bigger and better things, you know what I'm saying, in the future. A lot of things planned. You know what I'm saying? Some vlogs, trip things, and things like that. Will y'all get everything? No. Okay. I have a private life. But there will be some stuff vlogged from the Miami trip and things of that nature in the future. But we not I'm getting a GoPro. Like I'm ordering that off Amazon.
Nice.
Oh, that'd be sick. Just to tape it to your head.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be fun.
You're getting a what?
When are y'all going?
A GoPro. Because for instance,
we go in August.
Yeah, we're going August 19th through the 22nd.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a Thursday to a Sunday. I'm really I'm gonna end up staying till Monday though. But that's just me. Like I don't know if everybody.
I lived in Miami for a little bit.
That's me with a trip. I never leave on Sunday. Like I always stay.
Well, Char, that means you have to come with us so you can be our tour guide.
Yeah, I have a couple of people I still know from living out there.
Okay. Hey. Let's go then.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway, y'all, we out. The pod is done. Thank y'all for watching. Subscribe,
bye,
comment, all that other good stuff. We out.
Yeah, this is great.